Happy Friday. Good morning, my dear, dear, dear subscribers. I am getting a jump on Woman in Gold. It's only August the 30th. I have 2 more days to go, my September canvas, but I'm getting a jump on her because I unboxed her a while ago and I'm really like up in the air about where I left off at. But I think mainly what I did was we unboxed Portrait of Adela, and I opened up all the enhancements that came and I put them all over the canvas to give you a good look at what it was going to look like. So I just went to go check my gems flow, and no, I didn't have any of my DMC codes in there, so I just put them in. And you know, for these special drills, I'm sure I can go over to like Diamond Drill USA or DP with sparklers and find out the specific names of these. I'm not going to get wrapped up in that, but I am going to start diamond painting, and I'm so excited to do this. I mean, after I did my diamond painting journey yesterday, which I had such a problem uploading. I'm looking for my liner. There we go. I had such a problem uploading yesterday. YouTube kept telling me metadata not saved or failed or something like that, and I was just like, what is going on? I mean, I don't know. So if anybody knows what that specific if you upload to YouTube and you know what that specific code means, because I had to go into YouTube Studio to get yesterday's video uploaded, or just delete it. It was really, oh gosh, it was really hours. Like, you know, when you say you're going to put something up at 6 and it's going on like 8:30 or 9 o'clock and it's still not up, it's just, it's a horror. Anyway, I'm doing what I've done with my confetti tutorial. I prepped myself 4 colors. One of them is a beautiful metallic gold. You can see how they come, where they're like silver on one side and then gold on the other. And I was really curious when I looked at these. I was like, how do they go down? And I guess they go down the way that they are here. Really pretty, really different. And that's going to be the majority of this. Now, the other thing I didn't even think about until I'm just looking at this is, are they going to give me a problem being picked up with a putty? I actually have both. I have a putty and a wax ready to go. You guys that know me know that this is the putty, know that I like my diamond painting pens. Oh, no problem with putty. I've learned to have a very gentle, I don't push into my diamond drills. I have a very light touch, and a very light touch putting it down. I can't believe I'm actually doing Woman in Gold. I can't believe it. I was saying on my diamond painting journey that I saw this kit when I was a new diamond painter, and I was watching Diamonds and Washi on the regular. I was watching Katie. She was my diamond painting Bible. And I saw her I was like, oh, she's doing a year in review. And when she got to this canvas and said, oh, I did this for Summer with the Masters, I was like, oh my God, that's like stunningly beautiful. I love it. But I knew I was out of my league, and I was just like, you know, pulling the reins, like, take your time, Elisa. You don't know much about this craft. You don't know what you're getting involved in. Just take your time. And then, so I did. I don't even know when I purchased this, or what was, maybe it was doing the Klimt canvas that I got from Diamond Painting Shop that made me say, hey, you know what? I think I want to get both and compare them. There's no comparison. It's not a comparison. Just give you a review of both of them. I could tell you I'm already loving this. This is like, you know, putting on jewelry. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Gold. Gold. Oh, I love gold. My husband wears a lot of silver, and I'm a gold girl. He doesn't wear any gold. And I shouldn't say he doesn't wear any gold. He wears minimal gold. Whereas, like, I'm not really even a rose gold person, I wouldn't say. I have a few pieces. That rose gold color went crazy, and I give Ivanka Trump that credit because she wore rose gold for years, and it really wasn't until her father started campaigning that she came out in rose gold, and then everybody, it was her signature color. She went to school here in Philly at Wharton, and I used to see Ivanka a lot along the Rittenhouse Square, and she was always so polished, simple. She wasn't flashy, didn't wear a lot of jewelry, was always very approachable, very kind, very sweet, very nice, you know. Never saw her, you know, behaving in like a celebrity, I guess. Like, not that all celebrities have a bad rap, but, you know, I mean, she just was very approachable. She used to go to a restaurant that I used to run and hide in, which was where my husband took me for my birthday. One of my birthday celebrations, he took me to Rouge in Rittenhouse Square, and my restaurant was right down the street. And when I just needed a break, I would run and hide in Rouge and talk to Neil Stein, who was the proprietor there, and, you know, pick his brain, because Neil was a visionary. He did a lot of the restaurants along Rittenhouse Square, you know, with such great vision, especially Rouge. Rouge was a liquor store that was going out of business, or they were moving to probably a bigger, I can't remember. And I remember, you know, sitting with Neil in Rittenhouse Square, and he was like, "That's going to be the hottest place on the square." And I was like, "Neil, it's so small. Like, where are you going to put a kitchen? Where are you going to put people at? You know, what are you going to do? How are you going to do this?" And he's like, "Don't worry about it." And the first thing he did was he put a bar in that was 3 times the you know, it was like, it took up 2/3 of the space that he had. I was like, he's crazy. That's just not going to work. And it did. It worked. It was the hottest place, the hottest place on the square. It still is. Well, Park and Rouge, I think, are the hottest restaurants on Rittenhouse Square. And we went to both. John took me to both. Yeah, so. Oh gosh, this is just so, you have to like just stop a second and admire it. Let me see here. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, so I even started to take lectures. I used to go to lectures that Ivanka was giving, and they were, you know, they weren't public. You had to be a woman in business, and that's what it was. It was called Coffee with Ivanka, and she, you know, just was like all about women in business, all about empowering them, and great business advice, and just everything, self-care. She did great lectures. You know, family leave, all that. I really enjoyed my time in business and being an entrepreneur, you know. Opening up one business, I've had a lot of different careers. I can really say that I went with everything that ever interested me. I dived right into everything that ever interested me, and I you know, just learned as much as I could. And then it was like, well, I'm done with this. I thought that this was going to be the path that I took the rest of my life. Not so much. It was fun, though. Wow. Oh, is there one on there? No. I love that the putty is not giving me a problem. It's not pulling or anything like that. I need another scoop. Look how pretty they are in there. This is called Dark Gold Metallic, according to Diamond Dotz. They have their own. They have some pretty names too for their drills. There's a lot of dove in this palette. Dove, medium dove, light dove, just dove. Let's see how the wax does. Get any excess. I just loaded these. Oh, nice. I wonder how they line up if you multi-place. Let's see. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's do another one. Oops. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm on the edge of my desk here. That might be a problem. Oh, you're upside down. I always think about these paintings, like, what would Klimt say if he could have a peek right now and be like, oh, that's my artwork. And look at what's being done. I've turned my TV off. I was listening to, well, those of you that looked at my community post, I put a post up because yesterday was Michael Jackson's birthday. He would have been 66 years old. And you know, here in Philadelphia, boy, let me tell you, Michael Jackson died June 25th, and you could not escape the sound of Michael anywhere. It was every car that drove down the street, every business, every street corner, every schoolyard. Everybody was just like for hours on end playing Michael Jackson music. So such a big part of my childhood. We even had the Jackson 5 cartoons. I think it was the Jackson 5 and the Osmonds. They were Saturday morning cartoons. And you know, the Jackson band was formed in 1962. And I was born in 62. So yeah, I kind of grew up with Michael Jackson. I grew up with the Four Seasons, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. And my God, if you haven't seen Jersey Boys, oh God, I have to stop what I'm doing anytime that comes on and I have to watch it. Oh, Frankie Valli. But I was listening this morning to Candace Owens on YouTube, who has been doing a lot of these exposés on, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do what she's doing. But she's been doing a lot of exposés on the music industry, and she did an exposé on the Michael Jackson and the lawsuits and the accusations of being a pedophile, and she had video recordings and the whole story of how that whole, you know, thing started. And you know, I'm not telling you that, you know, what you should believe, but I would say if you were ever a Michael Jackson fan and you believed that he did these things, I never believed that he did these things, especially when they did that court, especially when they had said that they were following him for like 10 years, and they took all his electronics, they took everything, and they couldn't find anything. They couldn't find anything that suggested the allegations that they were making against him. And I don't know. I think that there's a lot that's coming to fruition these days. A lot. And it's you know, on one hand, you say, you know, the truth will not be hidden. You know, I believe that. You know, the truth, you could try and cover it as much as you want, but its light is too bright, and it's coming. It's coming. So there's a lot going on today that is just like, whew, mind-blowing. I could just about deal with YouTube. I could never deal with what's going on in the news. But it was it's like a half an hour long, and it was really interesting. I mean, you could form your own opinion. It was really, really interesting, and it makes you wonder about these other things that happen to people in the music industry. Even Matthew Perry, that poor boy. I was not a Friends fan, but my staff, all my waitresses were like, that was what they talked about the next day when they came into work. The one about, the one about, this is the one about, you know, Monica's Thunder, when she gets in, her and Chandler get engaged. It's kind of crazy because, you know, these drills are, they do lay both ways, but I guess they wouldn't lay that way. I guess they would stick up too much. And being that this is Woman in Gold, I'm going to say that this is the right way. Well, and it's also the name. Is it dark metallic gold? Yeah, dark gold metallic. So, okay, we're going the right way. Because now for a minute there, I was like, why are they all facing up and as clear stones? Oh, a bunch more. I think I have to move on the diagonal. I think moving on the diagonal for me helps me not miss areas, and then like do one little section and then go back and fill it in, because I can meander. I can meander all over. I'm so happy that it got cooler here in Philly, because, you know, those past like 3 days that we've had this unbearable heat, I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't enjoy my pumpkin spice when it's this hot. Look at that. Look at that design. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So pretty. You just have to sit back and admire it. I love being able to set up like this. Now, I just want to take a peek underneath here. I'm wondering if it's the same 4 colors under here. So I'm not going to put K away. I'm not going to put most of these away. But this canvas is so familiar to me because I did Woman in Gold through Diamond Painting Shop, a smaller version of this, and so like I know all these like little mosaic squares. They were so fun to do because it was like doing a little portrait of these little squares were its own little portrait. So this canvas was a lot of fun too to do. So I'm not going to put the K's away. I'm going to come back and when I get done, I'm going to just move right over here. What am I doing here? Here we go. What is next? So I could do my little check marks here. So let me tell you about this now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I had a lot of things in my head starting this. I did kit this up on my own because I knew I did the unboxing. I knew I went through all the drills with you guys, and I put them in the case, and I figured, well, I'll, you know, tell everybody what the names are. This is actually deep cadmium, and this is cadmium. So just so you can get a little reference. Yeah. So I did this on my own because there's no sticker sheet. And I remember one of my subscribers saying when I did the unboxing, I was like, there's no sticker sheet in here. And they were like, Diamond Dotz never gives you a sticker sheet. And I was like, oh my gosh, you mean I have to make my own labels? Only because I don't care about making my own labels, but only because I get like, you know, I couldn't find one. I couldn't find this one. Because to me, it looks like a Y, and I couldn't find it on the ledger, but it doesn't really look like a Y on the ledger, but to me it did, and I was like, oh, well, there's the problem. So it was just like it made the setup a little bit longer, setting this up. I think I had some pictures. I'll have to drop the pictures in of really the time I was having setting this up. I find it so odd that they don't give you a sticker sheet. Don't you? Especially when they have things called masterclass. Well, they kit up the drills for you there. They kit them up for you. I do remember that from one of the unboxings. And the other thing that dawned on me this morning, this is a round. I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to do a round till I do Nordic Winter Village. I'm looking at these and I'm like, wait a minute. When I was putting the names on the back, I used my China marker to put the names on the back, so that I'd be able to tell you guys the names of the colors. And I'm like, wait a minute, they're all round. Not just these special drills, because I started with K, and that was a special drill. That was the metallic ones we just did. Gosh, this is moving fast. It's kind of dark and gloomy here in Philly. It looks like it wants to rain. But I'm sure everybody is still headed to the Jersey Shore. I am still under construction here. Of course, I was telling you guys when I did my diamond painting journey that the contractor was coming. He was going to varnish the steps in the basement, which he did. And then he had to climb out my basement window, and he walked through my front door, and he's like, okay, I'm going to go. So I never got my paintings hung in my room. But John wasn't here, and I think that's why he was like, I'm going to go. You know, I'll call you over the week. And I was like, okay, whatever. My head was pounding. I think it's the weather. I don't know why. I feel like my allergies are just like... Cadmium. It always reminds me of cardamom. Yeah, I think it's my allergy. I think I start taking allergy medication like March to get ahead of the curve of what is happening. Let's try this. I put on here my Diamond Art Club Skinny Placer. I'm still trying to make it work. Lovely. Yeah, and I feel like, oh my God, I feel like I'm getting a second round of allergies with whatever's going on. Or either that, or it's just like all the upset that we have in the house right now. Oh gosh, this is so pretty. These like burnt golds and, you know, the dark metallic. Oh gosh, this painting. Come on. This is why I like my plastic placers. They have a little bit of give to them, that when you want to drop multiple drills, you can. But when you get down to this point where you've put down a few more drills, you put down a few color drills, and then you have like the last color going down, the spaces are tight. I like my skinny, like my diamond painting sticks for this. Do I have any wax in there? Nope. Got my little wax bullet out. Not a good idea. Yesterday I was showing you guys how you can just leave this on your canvas and it won't stick to your canvas. So if you do use wax and you don't like, you know, refilling and refilling and refilling, you can, it has 2 pieces of plastic on it. So see, I didn't take that cover off. You could put that right on your canvas and it won't stick. It won't stick. So there's another tip. One of my subscribers said, "Oh, you got a Kindle Scribe for your birthday that me and John are sharing." He's more attached to it than I am. I'm a pen and paper girl. But he saw somebody use this in a meeting and he was like, "What is that?" And it's like, it's really thin. It's from Kindle. And you could read on the Kindle, but you can also make a notebook. And he's like, "Oh, you know, I was like, "Listen, I have banker boxes full of my journals, and that's never going to change. I'm not going to put my journals inside of a Kindle." But he went for it anyway. And he's enjoying it with the project that he's doing. But I am just, I like my composition books. I like my journals. I have a journal for everything. I have a journal for my diamond painting. I have a journal for my home. All the work that Kazi's doing in here, I have it all documented. I have like, you know, contact numbers, where we bought things in there. So that's never going to change. I'm not going to start doing it now on a Kindle. But John is enjoying it. I'm decorating my books and all. He's like, "Well, you could decorate in this too." I'm like, "Yeah, you can, but it's not the same." I'm always in the dollar store. I'm always buying those sticker sheets, mainly because I sell a lot of them on eBay. People are just nuts for those sticker sheets. And I have to show you guys when I finally get into my art room. When my son was born, they gave me a little book called Footsteps. My son was a preemie. He was 16 weeks early, so he spent a lot of time in the hospital. And I had a calendar that I was already, you know, we're talking 38 years ago. I had a calendar, and on my calendar, I would write every day any kind of milestone or setback that Joshua had. And I would put stickers. I would decorate the whole month with stickers, Winnie the Pooh and stuff like that. And they gave me a little book. It was called Joshua's Footsteps, and it was the same thing, like, you know, all his like little information. And I had that all decorated with stickers. So it's not the same thing. I mean, you know, come on. It's great if you go to a business meeting, because I think if you're in a meeting and you're taking notes and stuff, you know, I'm very attuned to noise. But see, I like all that. I love the scratchiness of a pen on paper. You guys know I have my glass pens that I'm addicted to. I can't wait to get in my art room and show you guys all this stuff that I do other than diamond painting. Can't put a wax seal on a scribe. I have every note that me and John ever wrote to each other. And we even have like our own little notebook, because when he's, you know, up at 5 a.m. and I'm not, because I'm a night owl, I would leave him a note at night that he could read for breakfast, and then he would leave me a note while he was, having breakfast, and then I get up in the morning, I have my coffee, and I read his little note. We have our own little communication book through our notebook. This is almost done, this square. I gotta look at the time. I gotta look and see how much time this is. It is 30 minutes. Woohoo! Okay, let's put you back here. And then I only have one of you. This is Daffodil, I know that. Oh, and I don't have this guy out. He's the plus sign. Straw. I called my son today, and I was like, you gave me money yesterday for, Amazon or whatever it was. And I said, you have to go back to school for math. It's wrong, the money that you gave me. He's like, no, it's right. I went back and counted. I was like, no, it's wrong. Of course he was right and I was wrong. Girl math. Oh my gosh, look at this first square. Oh my gosh, I just love it. I just love it. I'm so happy that I was able to open this canvas up today and do this first square. So beautiful. Here we go, guys. We're on our way into the Klimt, into Portrait of Adela, Woman in Gold. Oh my God, this is going to be amazing. Laura wrote yesterday that she finished her Woman in Gold and she's hanging it in the entryway of her home. There's no sticky residue around the edge either. How beautiful. Oh, just noticing that. She's like, everybody that sees me wants me to make them one. I'm like, what a lovely gift to receive. Really, I mean, if you have someone really special that loves art or loves Klimt, oh my gosh, what a lovely gift to receive. I am going to be taking a break from this chair. I think I'm going to try and reuse this. Usually I cut these little pieces off, but I'm going to try and reuse this. I really like, I'm really having a love affair now with release paper. You know, like I was saying yesterday with my diamond painting journey, things that I thought I liked and didn't like them, and then I ended up liking them, and the things that I thought were mistakes really weren't mistakes. They were actually the best part of my journey. Yeah, so I love that I keep going back to things. Like I really was not a friend of Putty, as you all know. And me and Putty are now friends, or these skinny placers. But I don't know. I keep giving them a shot. And I think that's what you have to do. It could be, maybe it's just a different company. I think that Diamond Dotz makes their own drills. I know they have their own colors. I don't know if they actually make their own drills, but I don't think that they personally make their own drills like Diamond Art Club makes their own drills. But I mean, I'm sure I could probably, I don't know. Maybe it's just these little flat. I've been doing squares for so long, and squares have not been happy in this placer. Maybe just rounds are. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. Anyway, I hope you have a nice weekend. Hope you have a nice holiday weekend. I would say grab the last days of summer, but I said to John, the kids are already back to school. What is going on? We used to get out of school in June, not go back until after Labor Day. So the poor parents have their kids back in August when they could be enjoying one more, holiday with Labor Day, and, not have to, you're already like, when the kids go back to school, getting their supplies and stuff. And, you want to get that last day in, or maybe you just stay at home and have a little barbecue. I don't know. I couldn't do it today. So hats off to all you moms and dads that are holding it down with the kids today, going to school, and like everything is so different. It was changing when it was changing when my niece was going to school, when she got in trouble because I taught her she was watching me write, and she said, what are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, how do you do that? I'm like, how do I do what? I'm writing, Dolly. And she's like, no, how do you write like that? I'm like, cursive? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, don't you know how? And she's like, no, we only print. I'm like, well, I'll teach you. Not thinking that she was going to get in trouble, but she got in trouble. She got in trouble for writing in cursive, which I think is just a travesty, because you're using a different part of your brain. You're using the more artistic side of yourself when you're writing in cursive. I made up all different fonts when I was a kid. I just used to make, fonts up with like vines and flowers, and kids do that today. They sign their name with little hearts, or they used to. I don't know if they're signing anything today. So yeah. So it was changing, like, she bore like the 90s. Yeah. And she did very well on her tests, but she failed it because she wrote her name in cursive. I don't think that really people understand, how that can affect a young child when they're, just expressing themselves and being artistic, because she is. I think she's a little creative. Well, she's a hairdresser now, so I think that she's a beautiful creative herself. So I don't know. Where am I going? I don't know. I think I need more coffee. Anyway, tell me what you think of Woman in Gold. Tell me if you have it. Are you painting along with me? I know a few of you got the canvases and you wanted to paint along with me. So let me know where you're going. Are you using this method that came about through the confetti classes? So I'm just going with the release paper again. I like having this one little area that I can manage and contain and not have washi tape all over my canvas. So yeah, let me know how you're doing. Do you like this tip with the wax? If you use a lot of wax, I love this wax. This is my Dreamer Design wax. I got everybody out. I got Diamond Art Club, Diamond Dotz, Dreamer Design, stick pens, fancy pens. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go take a break, get some more coffee, and watch a little TV. I want to see what happens this season ending, season 1 of Bridgerton. Have a good weekend. Keep creating that world that you want to live in. And I will see you, as always, in the next one. Bye.